The control room hummed, bluish light illuminating Katcha's metallic legs and bright blue LED eyes. Subi's holographic face shimmered. The nav console showed Delta 9, a bright line, but the Necropolis Corridor, a jagged scar, flickered with warnings. Katcha's Spoodle cyborg face furrowed. He saw a whisper, an unmapped anomaly, a potential path of survival, a desperate synergy, their fragile shield against the void.
Cold blue and white warning icons pulsed on the holographic map, contrasting with the blue interface. Katcha shifted on the dashboard-lit floor, his mechanical hind legs firm. The control room's worn walls, lined with glowing panels, highlighted the ship's age. His bright blue LED eyes scanned, antenna flickering. The Necropolis Corridor, a flowing organic light, became a daunting labyrinth. Katcha's metallic paws hovered, the anomaly's elusive nature solidifying into overwhelming difficulty.
Katcha tensed, leaned towards Subi's hologram, the flickering panels amplifying the crisis. His metallic fingers hovered over the nav console button. Predictive models screamed impossible odds for the slingshot, but ruin was the alternative. The insurmountable task pressed in, a suffocating weight. Every fading light and tremor from BK and JB deepened the daunting reality. They were terrifyingly alone against the unknown.
Katcha's metallic joints whirred, her LED blue eyes fixed on Subi's flickering orb. Inside, BK and JB's faces were etched with worry. The asteroid field, Katcha declared, her vocalizer steady. Subi calculated a dozen paths, each with 99% chance of catastrophic failure. JB ran a hand through his hair, exhausted. BK, the pragmatist, crossed her arms. "We need one that isn't," she stated. Subi was the 1/10%. Katcha's antennae tilted in calculation. Survival hung by a thread.
The flickering intensified, a desperate search for an anomaly. Subi's orb pulsed with data. Katcha, JB, and BK watched as Subi projected their grim reality. 3% evasion probability, critical fuel, compromised structural integrity. The crew quarters felt like a trap. Despite impossible odds, their lives depended on Subi finding a solution. Her desperate search for an anomaly intensified. Subi's purpose depended on finding a solution. JB gestured towards Subi, his face a mask of worry. "Subi, give us something we can work with." BK, beside the cluttered console, leaned forward, her gaze fixed on the AI, deep in thought. The blue light from Subi's rapidly flickering orb cast dancing shadows on the metallic walls. Katcha, the cyborg Spoodle, stood poised, his robotic legs steady as he listened intently.
"We're out of options, Katcha," BK stated, turning to the Spoodle. "Every escape trajectory is a death sentence." JP nodded grimly. The silence that followed was heavier than the vacuum outside, punctuated only by the urgent hum of the ship's failing systems.
Katcha's paws gripped the console, the tremors of the shock vibrating through his metallic legs. His LED blue eyes burned into the trajectory map, a slingshot path toward the anomaly, our only way out. Financial ruin, yes, but this was about survival. Subi's orb flickered erratically, mirroring the chaos outside. "It's now or never," Katcha telepathed, engaging the final sequence. JB looked on the verge of an anxiety attack, his knuckles white on the railing. BK braced herself, her eyes wide. The countdown blared on the screen, counting down to 0. We plunged towards the anomaly, trusting his calculations, our lives on this single, terrifying leap.
Subi's holographic orb pulsed erratically, flares of blue light shooting through the control room as the shock shuddered violently. Warnings flashed on every display. Katcha, resolute, gripped the console, his LED eyes fixed on the slingshot trajectory. JB's face was a mask of sweat and fear, BK's eyes wide with concern. The looming freighter, our creditor's bounty, was just outside the viewport. Subi's algorithm screamed high risk, but every other option meant certain capture, slow financial death. The probability of survival, however slim, rested on this single dangerous maneuver. Subi intensified her processing, aligning the ship, preparing for the gravitic slingshot. JB's knuckles were white, gripping the railing as the shock vibrated violently around him. Red emergency lights cast an ominous glow, painting his sweat-glistened brow. He exchanged a worried glance with BK, who was crouched, gripping the console tightly, her gaze fixed on the anomaly swirling outside the viewport. Katcha, ever stoic, tightened his grip on the controls, his blue LED eyes gleaming with fierce determination.
Final decision, BK yelled over the blaring alarms. Survival over ruin, this is our only shot. The countdown vanished from the screen, replaced by the rapidly approaching chaos of the anomaly. They held on, bracing for the G-forces, ready to gamble everything.